It's about to get even more country than this cabin up in here, all right? I've got a friend of mine, a guy on the line that's going to be joining us. He's a super talented singer-songwriter who's going to be performing for us a little later as well. Thomas Rhett Akins, you there? What's up? Yes, I like your hat collection, my man.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing. All right, Thomas Rhett, how's quarantine going at home? I've been seeing your pictures, and they're awesome.
Yeah, we're making the best of it for sure. We're getting really creative, I guess, with the girls and trying to figure out new ways to have fun and watching a lot of Disney Plus happening in our house. So.
Oh my gosh, that's the only two things my kids say. Disney Plus, like they just, and I've had to take their iPad away. I know it's like a way to give them something to do so you can actually get stuff done, but man, they are just going nuts right now. Are your kids going nuts?
They're going pretty crazy. Our kids too, like with the iPad, like they get on YouTube and they go down the wormhole of the kid videos.
Yeah.
I start looking at them. I'm like, what are you even watching? And I'm like, no more iPad. This is not going to work.
No, I had to take it away. I'm like, I don't know what my little girl's watching, but all of a sudden she became like 16 instead of 5, and she has so much attitude. But it is kind of cool because we're on the road a lot as musicians, so it's kind of cool to be like at home and kind of forced in this environment we don't generally get to be a part of. But and y'all just had a baby, right? Y'all got a fresh one out the oven. Yeah,
we did. Yeah, she's like she's a little over 2 months old. Her name's Lennon, and last night she slept from like 11 to 7:40 in the morning, and it was absolutely mind blowing. It was amazing. Well, probably one of the best nights of my life, honestly. So,
I totally feel that. Like it seems like a simple statement, but that's a glorious victory.
It's a big deal. Big deal for sure.
That's a big deal. Well, I saw you posted a photo of how you handle spit up, and sorry, my dog just barked at my husband. So apparently
our dog is evil. Bark too in a second.
No, sorry, he keeps barking. But no, I saw this photo that you posted, and have you just given up on shirts because like you've got vomit going down the back of you?
You know what's funny is someone asked me that the other day. They go, "Do you ever wear a shirt?" And when I'm at home, the answer is not most of the time. Because I guess when I work out at the house, I don't work out with a shirt on, and then I don't shower until 7 o'clock at night. I just kind of leave the shirt off.
Yeah.
But especially when I'm holding the baby, I mean, there's no point ruining 8 shirts during the day. I think my wife changes about 17 times just from spit up. So.
Oh my gosh, I gave up on nice things. I just own black or white. I'm just like whatever. Yeah. So I saw a video of showing you outdoors while you're quarantining. What were you doing in a tree? Like I saw this video of you like trying to swing like Tarzan. Like whose idea was that?
We just moved into a new house and we're kind of exploring outside and my wife noticed this vine hanging from the tree and my kids were trying to swing on it. And Lauren was like, I used to do that when I was little. And she was like, well, let me go try it. And I said, how about you let me go try it first just to make sure that it's like stable. And so I like yanked on it a couple times and it felt fine. And then like I went for it and the limb just snapped in half. And I think I bruised my tailbone. And I'm really embarrassed that Lauren caught that on video. But that's just what we do around here.
Is your wife there? Is that who you keep looking at?
Yeah, she is. You want to come over here?
Hey, what's up?
Downstairs. She was doing the girl's hair.
Oh, making it pretty?
Hey.
Do your girls ask for braids? My girl asks for braids all the time.
Yes, Elsa braids. Elsa and Anna braids is what they call them.
Exactly. And I keep telling my girl, I'm like, you don't have that hair yet, okay? Like I can do a braid, but you ain't got that. That's not happening yet. So that's amazing. Hey, well, how are you doing as a mama? This is a lot.
Yeah. We're good. We're going on like 40 something days of quarantine because our kids had the flu the week before coronavirus hit. So, but my sister and her husband live close by and my best friend lives close by and they all were able to work from home like super early on. So they were like, we're going to come quarantine at your house. So they have been here. I think since he said yesterday, it was 34 days that they had been here.
We've had a lot of help, which has been nice. And a lot of people.
I was going to say that's incredibly cool because I was going to say y'all being like, I know you've already been parents, but a baby is a lot. And especially in this time, like that's a lot just to get, and I know that sounds horrible, but every parent's thinking it. Sometimes you just need to be alone without them just to like come back so you can be fresh and not, hate your life.
Absolutely.
Like
we've had lots of extra sets of hands around to hold the baby while somebody cooks or entertain the toddlers or,
that's so cool.
played lots of games.
Well, that's kind of cool. You got your little quarantine community. I like that. Yeah. So, so you studied to be a nurse, right, Lauren? So, and I heard you celebrated Thomas's 30th birthday by surprising some nursing students. That was cool.
We did. It was sweet. It was fun.
How did that come about?
I stayed connected with the nursing school. I went to the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. And I've just stayed really close to that community. And they were like, would y'all mind calling in and just encouraging some of the students? And I mean, I can't imagine. My brother actually is a senior this year at UT. And I just can't imagine that being in college and especially high school. There's so many like last things that so many kids do
that are kind of getting ripped away from people. Yeah.
But I do think people are doing a really good job at just finding creative ways to celebrate or, I mean, it will definitely be like for all these students, such an unforgettable senior year.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was cool to get to at least try to encourage. I mean, we have no idea what they're feeling, but I'm sure there's so many unknowns and, but.
Well, it was nice because it was a thoughtful thing. And I think that's the, for everybody like that, putting their life on the line right now for us, that's a lot to ask of a human and a heart. I love your love story. Would you tell it for us that like, tell everybody how you met and where you were like, he's the one, Lauren.
Well, it was one summer night and,
no, but y'all were really young.
We've known each other for a really long time.
Like how long? Tell everybody how long y'all known each other.
We've known each other. Well, first grade, but we started going to school together. I don't really know how much you can know somebody in first grade.
Yeah, it was middle school when we like really got to be close and hung out a whole lot more. And church camp was kind of the start of the friendship in middle school, but then it just
watch out for church camp. That's where people be making out.
That's right. That's right.
They're finding the Lord and a girlfriend.
Yeah, there's a picture of us somewhere of me and Lauren at church camp. I think we were 5th grade, 6th grade, but I was like a foot shorter than Lauren was, and I dyed my hair. I dyed my hair black because I was in like this punk rock band, and I just was obsessed with her. And I'm sure she looked at me like, yeah, probably not. But no, we became really good friends that year and actually dated a little bit when we were 16. And I was a really it
wasn't good.
I was a needy boyfriend, if that makes any sense. And
well, you're also 16, so you're still like in puberty too.
Yeah, exactly. Figuring it out. And then,
I mean, did everybody tell you it was not going to work out? Because that's weird that it did. It's awesome.
Yeah, well, I mean, so we broke up, but still remained really good friends, and both dated other people for almost 5 or 6 years. And through all that time, we went on double dates together with other people that we were dating.
He would come stay with me and my roommates in college because he went to a school in Nashville and we were in Knoxville, which is roughly 3-hour drive. And so on the weekends, he'd come up and go to games and stay with us. And I think a couple of times he stayed with my boyfriend. Like we just.
I love it.
Yeah, very, very tight-knit circle we run with. So,
well, Lauren, I also wanted to bring this up because you just wrote a book called Live in Love about your life and family. So what made you want to write it? Because that's a lot to let people in your life.
Yep, it is. I think marrying him was a pretty big leap of faith as far as like knowing which direction he was trying to go with his career, because that's very, I mean, this whole world is super out of my box. And so writing a book was not something that I ever had like on my dream checklist, but I wanted to share my story. I was encouraged to share my story. I didn't think I ever would in this capacity, but I actually went into my agency's office just to talk through possibly writing a children's book, because we were in the process of adopting Willa Gray. Mm-hmm. And they were like, it'd be cool if you wrote a children's book that had to do with African themed. And so we kind of went in talking about that. And she was like, well, tell me a little bit about yourself. As I was like talking through kind of like how I was raised and some of the stories throughout my life and kind of what had led me to where I was now, I'm pretty sure she had cried like 3 times throughout me telling my story. I was like, is this normal?
It moved her.
And she was like wiping her eyes. She was like, that's it. Like, you have to tell that story first. We'll get to children's books later. But I was like, really? And our manager, who's one of our very best friends, she was like, Lauren, I've been telling you for a while, like, you need to be writing this stuff down. There's so many good just stories in your life. And so that's really what started it. And it turned into a full-on book.
It's about your life and kind of how you've handled it and navigated it, right?
Right.
And living in love, right?
Marriage and our kids, adoption, biological, how I was raised, kind of what our life is like now. It was a really therapeutic process going back through like all of that.
Sure.
I bet.
But it was good. It's scary. I would be lying if I told you I wasn't anxious and nervous about this coming out, just because it's really personal. It's really honest. And, and this is so not my comfort zone, just being in this world and being super vulnerable to people that you may never meet. But, it's been I've been surprised at how cool the process has been and how excited I do feel, although the nerves are still definitely there.
Connecting to people through your book is such a powerful thing, because a lot of people go through things with blended families and everybody's from a different kind of place. And that can be very hard.
For sure.
But tell us why did you adopt first? You adopted first, right?
We did. I'd always talked about adopting my whole life. My mom is actually adopted, and I just thought it was really cool. And so we talked about it off and on, but it wasn't something that we had sat down and had like a full-on adoption conversation. And then I was in Uganda in 2016, and I had a picture of one of the babies there, and I had shared it on social media. And when I finally got to FaceTime him that night, I was telling him our story, and I was like, babe, we know so many people who are trying to adopt right now, and this little girl needs a forever home. And I was like so moved. I mean, the second I touched her, it was like electric. And I was like, oh my word, this little girl has just taken my heart. And I was like, honey, we've got to find her forever home. Like, I know that's why I'm here, is to get this girl to her home. And
oh my God. Okay. Okay. You totally Oprah'd me just now. I'm like, okay. I did my own makeup and this is not waterproof. Like, it's so beautiful, because I know that feeling, because the moment you touch me, you hold to me, it doesn't matter if it's yours or not. We're a blended family. And you're like, this is my purpose. It's such a powerful thing.
For sure.
So how did that turn into y'all adopting?
Well, just
when I talked to her on the phone that night, and she said that we need to find her a home, it was after a concert, and I was going to bed, and I was like, we'll bring her home. And I don't fully remember even saying it. Like, it was like such a spiritual thing for me that it just came out of my body. And then literally 2 weeks after, we were having, home assessments and talking to adoption agencies. And then I got to go to Uganda maybe
October.
Like 6 months later. And then I got to meet her for the first time. And that's when we like really started the process. And Lauren was there for like a total of like a very long time. And I was going to Uganda. Remember, I played a show in Phoenix, Arizona, and flew from Phoenix to Uganda, stayed for a week, came back home, played Nashville, and then came right back to Uganda. And it was like this really, really strange time of like, I'm still doing touring things, and Lauren is like in the middle of all this. And then fast forward like 3 months later, we're pregnant in Uganda.
Like throwing up guts in Ugandan toilets
And I remember playing our Nashville show, and I was talking to her, and I was like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm currently just yakking in the toilet. She's like, what are you doing? I was like, well, I'm hanging out with all your best friends in Nashville. You'll see this in the book. Like, I look like a total jerk 17 million times in the book, and I probably am a lot.
No, but you're also doing your job. Like, that's how you provide for your family. And then I just got to say, before I move on to something that I love about y'all, it's a really beautiful thing that I believe that things in life are supposed to happen when they happen. Like, regardless if it's good or not, it's just how it is, and you handle it. And I love that you said it was just something that came out of you, because I think that says a lot about both of your hearts, is that you noticed there was a need for something and you fulfilled it. And it wasn't a question. It wasn't it was like, well, this just needs to happen. Like, and I think that's a really beautiful thing, and how we should live our lives. All right. So Thomas, the song that you're going to do for us later is called Be a Light. It's a great anthem for the world right now. Like, how did this song come about? And there's a lot of artists on it, right?
Yeah, I actually wrote the song last year in a whole different mindset, like having no clue that COVID-19 was about to hit the world, and so it was going to kind of be on like our next album that we're going to start working on at some point in the near future, hopefully. But just when all this started happening, I called my label and I was like, hey, I think that this song needs to come out now. Like, I think the world needs to hear this song, because it's a really encouraging song just about being a light in a dark place, and I kind of think that's kind of the world we're in right now. And so we decided to put it out, and we got Reba on it, Keith Urban, Chris Tomlin, and Hillary Scott are singing on it with me, which is super special. And a bunch of the proceeds are going to the Music Cares COVID Relief Fund, which is really cool. So whether you stream it on any platform or YouTube it or download it, like all that, that money will go to help a lot of the people.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. We're going to get to hear Thomas Rhett sing later in the show. We're excited about that. The song is called Be a Light. So please go download it now. And also go order Lauren's book. You can pre-order it right now. It's called Live in Love, or you can get it August 18th. It's a great, great message. You're going to love it. You're going to connect to it.
Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Please don't make me keep going.